Namaskar everyone, this is Shoro back again with a new video. So in this video we are going to learn what are variadic functions in Golang. We'll learn in depth and this video is going to be very short and informative as well. We will learn the spread operator, kind of a spread operator. I don't know what's the exact name in terms of Golang, but it's in other languages it is something like a spread operator, I guess. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm also learning it with you guys. So we have been going through a very hard time, and still now we're unstable in this country. But yeah, let's see. The show must go on. So it's day 9, and let me zoom a little bit so that you can say it better. As usual, I'm dragging this folder inside my VS Code, and Uh, first of all, before getting anything started in Golang, we know that at least uh, now we know that we must need to initialize a project. Uh, so let's do it by running the following command: go mod init variadic function. So as you can see, a new file called go.mod is already visible in our root directory, where we need to create another file called go main.go, and let's clear the terminal and import the necessary packages. At least now it's main, the package called main. Then we need a main function. It to be declared as main because it's going to be responsible for executing all of our codes, obviously. That's why the name is main, right? So let's create a function called uh, variadic function. So another function, if you don't know what is functions in Golang and how we can create and use it, you must need to head over to that video which I have completely made dedicated one the function of Golang. So here let's name that function called let's name that function as variadic, and it will take few things called uh, numbers, fine, and it will be the type of integer type. So it will take integer type, okay, on by on parameters. It means all the parameters. So basically it means all the parameters can be passed here, an infinite number of parameters that will be considered as a slice or array inside this variable called numbers, and this will be the and this array will be, or the slice will be, type of integer. Fine, I hope it does make sense. So now you can see that if we call this function, it will ask us to enter a parameter. This parameter expects values that are actually integers. For this, let's use 1 and 2. So you can see that this thing is actually binded with this type. It means it's not gonna warn you that even though we have just mentioned only one parameter, and still we are passing more than one parameters, uh, it's not giving us any errors or warnings because we have used that this variable will accept the merged all the parameters that are given inside this function parameter arguments, um, which need to be integer type, and this operator, this 3 dots spread function or symbols will make it as infinite parameters of type integer and combine them as an array or a string. Here you can see that. So let's print it out first. Print ln numbers, just to show you that it's an array or something like that or not. To run it, go run main.go. Here you can see it's onto 2. It is passed separately. Now you might have some questions that what if I send another slicer array inside this argument as parameter value? How we can do it? Using that same spread operator, okay? So let's create a variable called values, where let's make it as, oops, not like that, integer, and it's a slice, okay? 1 to 3. And now if you are going to pass it directly like this, it won't work, because it's expecting something called integers, okay? It's expecting an integer, but it's getting a array or slice, so it expects multiple uh, abstractions of that particular slice. So in this, it will ask, as we need to pass it like 1, 2, and 3. The same thing need to be passed like that. How we can do it in Variadic problems? We can do it in Golang like this, by adding through a spread operator at the end of that slicer values variables. It means that let's extract it from here and pass it through the next level. And the before and the prefix spread operator of function called it's taking, and the suffix is it's giving. That is the simple analogy of it. So let's see what I can get now. 1, 2, 3. That's great. Let's make this function a little bit good. We will head over to the official documentation of Golang. So this is not, oh, I have removed it by mistake, whatever. Let's go and create, make this function functional really. So make something that whatever we're gonna pass, it will make a sum of it, and then it will also print the total sum of this thing at the end of the numbers printing thing. Okay, so let's make it val it's going to be let's create it as a letter initializer thing. Value is going to be integer. Okay, and we will use for loop. For index, we don't need index, but we need the number, and then we need the range, as this is acting like an array and slice, so we will use range for it. Then we will make a total number. Okay, so now let's go total plus plus, I guess. Not total plus plus, total is going to be total plus number, no, the number. Okay, this number is actually coming from the enumeration iteration from this array, which is passed by this function parameter values. Now after that it will return something. Okay, it will return a integer. Oops, my bad. No, not like that. To return something. Uh, let's see. So integer. Okay, to return this. Or let's not return anything here. We just need to print it. So after that, we'll print fmt.println. Then it will print out the numbers that are given, and then it will print the total of these numbers. So let's run it again. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, and 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 3 is, that's quite amazing. This is what variadic functions in Golang. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new from this video. If this video gives you adds something or some value in your life, then please do uh, hit like this video and share this video with your friends, and make sure to subscribe this channel. Thank you. Namaskar. Good night.